Hello YouTube, I'm Vince White and I'm an employment attorney. On this channel, we answer publicly posted questions from YouTube users, getting folks the answers they need from an employment attorney. Excuse me. We have a question here from Rachel Andrew, who says, "Hey, this is Rachel Andrew. Rachel, you might not want to use your name in these going forward. My question is, can you start a lawsuit against your former employer for being set up for sexual harassment or sexual misconduct? Can you hold them accountable for what they did wrong to you in a lawsuit at the federal level and or at the state level? Can I have a discrimination lawsuit too in order to hold the former employer accountable? Excuse me. Can you make videos on being brand new to having a lawsuit, please?" All right. Where to begin? Rachel, first, let me say, I'm really sorry. It sounds like you've experienced both sexual harassment and some form of sexual misconduct. I hope that does not involve a sexual assault for your sake. So let's cover that base first. That's really hard. I'm really sorry. I know that I don't know how you feel, but I've been down that road with so many people, and I'm sorry. Now, to answer your first question, can you start a lawsuit against your former employer for being set up for sexual harassment or sexual misconduct? Yeah, I mean, I guess if I understand the context here. So if you're being assigned specifically to work with a guy who's a serial sexual harasser or someone who engages in sexual misconduct all the time, and you're being put in like one-on-one situations with that guy, is that in and of itself a claim? Not necessarily. But if it leads to something bad happening to you, then I would argue it's certainly part of your claim. So yes, that is a component of your claim. Your employer's failures, your employer's negligence in doing that, I think is relevant to your claim and certainly is something you can pursue. The next part of your question. Can you hold them accountable for what they did wrong to you in a lawsuit? Yes. Yeah, simple answer, yes. You absolutely can. I can't guarantee you win, but you can certainly go after them in a lawsuit. The question goes on. At the federal level and or at the state level. Depends on the jurisdiction. In many jurisdictions, you want to bring all of your claims, your federal claims, your state law claims, and your local law claims all in federal court. There are some jurisdictions in the U.S. where you'd prefer to be in state court. Often this is tied to either state laws not benefiting from the federal laws or a really nice jury pool that you can obtain in state court. Okay? Or even just activist judges on a bench. You know, the judge pool in a given jurisdiction could be amazing. So you got to talk with your attorney about where the correct place for you is to file. The attorneys are going to have a lot of thoughts about that. It's something they should spend a lot of time on. So, that's something I would certainly recommend. Now, the question, though, is, can you hold them accountable in a lawsuit at either the federal or state level? Yeah. Listen, again, I can't guarantee you win, but yes, those are both options, depending on the jurisdiction. The question goes on. Can I have a discrimination lawsuit too? Yeah, absolutely. If this is something that they specifically do to women, right? Like if there's some kind of discrimination going on, and I've seen this, if certain protected classes, certain minorities, certain races, certain national origins are just known to be unprotected in a workplace, which happens, right? There's workplaces that are pretty open, like, yeah, we employ a lot of, I don't know, X race, right? X being an unknown race. And generally speaking, the management, when the people from X race complain, and X, I just mean not doing like XY chromosome or anything like that. It's just X isn't like the algebraic, like undetermined number. Okay. X race, when they complain to HR, when they complain to management, gets no help because here at this job site, we discriminate against that race or that national origin or that protected class, right? It doesn't have to, listen, it could be that faith, the people of that faith. It could be people of that gender. It could be people with a disability, hypothetically. It could be, listen, it depends on the jurisdiction, how many protected classes you've got, but it could be any of those protected classes, right? And so, yeah, you'll often see cases where like, oh, I know that in this workplace, it's free game. You can go after this race and sexually harass this race, and they just have to take it because management won't take them seriously because management discriminates. So yeah, there's no reason you couldn't also have a discrimination case in addition to your sexual harassment case. No question, you can. That we do that all the time. It goes great for our clients often, right? Can you make videos? The question goes on. Can you make videos on being brand new to having a lawsuit, please? Yes, absolutely. So, first step, schedule 3 to 5 free consultations with local employment attorneys. That might sound daunting. Don't worry. On this very channel, we have 2 playlists. One is to help you pitch employment attorneys and find employment attorneys. So it's the Find an Employment Attorney playlist. And maybe if Choose Compassion watch this video, they can post this down below. And then the second one is a playlist of videos on how to evaluate employment attorneys, because not all employment attorneys are created equal. You would be shocked at how poorly behaved, but also how badly prepared employment attorneys can be, in various parts of the country. And I certainly, I include New York in that mix. Like, there's a lot of really garbage employment attorneys in New York. Like, it just, you look around, you're like, how do you, one, how do you sleep at night? But two, how do you earn a living with this level of shoddy litigation, right? Like, it's a bit absurd. So you need to, as you're shopping around for an employment attorney, view every attorney you speak to with a little bit of a skeptical eye. Evaluate them. Make sure they're the right people to be dealing with for you. What's the vibe like? Are you working well? Can you collaborate? Does this person put you first? Is this person putting your interest over quick money, right? And that's going to be an involved determination for you. It's going to take time. I hope that the Evaluate an Employment Attorney playlist, which we also have on this channel, will help you do that, or at least give you some things to think about while you do that. And that's where you start. A lot of people are going to chime in and be like, no, you don't need an attorney. Go pro se. You don't technically need an attorney. You don't. But I cannot stress enough, if you can obtain representation, good, caring, talented, experienced employment attorney representation, you should. If you can't, okay, I get it. You're going to have to represent yourself. But if you can, you should. It's going to reduce risk and potentially add value. It's very, very important. In my opinion, take it for what it's worth. Obviously, I'm an employment attorney, so it's not surprising that I think that you should hire a good employment attorney, right? But that being said, that's where I would start. Rachel, again, I'm sorry. I don't know what happened to you, but I know even light sexual harassment can feel very dehumanizing, can feel scary, can feel intimidating, can feel a lot of different ways all at once, is my understanding. So, I'm sorry. Good luck. If this video was helpful, like, subscribe, comment down below, share our channel so I can grow. Thank you, everybody. Take care.